I'm back with another Cephalid Breakfast Legacy League, and I'm joined today by Eternal Weekend Champion L4rss0n on call.
Hello, it's a pleasure to be on here with you.
Thank you. It's going to be an awesome league, and I look forward to hearing your insights and plays as we navigate this league. We're going to be playing the same deck that I just got a 5-0 with. It has the 4 Tamios in the main. 3 swords main. We are on Memory's Journey. And in the sideboard, it's a pretty conventional set of cards, including sort of the one spicy piece, Agatha's Soul Cauldron. Maybe that will come up in a cool way. I guess we'll see. But you ready to hop in, L4rss0n?
I am. Let's go.
All right. Didn't have to wait very long there. All right, on the play, match number 1. Well, this looks like a keep.
Yeah, it looks great.
Probably just do Trop Tamio first turn. Could go Cavern Tamio.
I think Cavern Tamio, you really don't want to lose to Wasteland on Trop here.
That's a good point. I think they're unlikely to counter it, but if they did Wasteland the Cavern, that would be a huge win. And I guess the one downside is that cuts off Brainstorm plus Fetch Land next turn, but we don't even have a Fetch Land, so there's no guarantee. So Cavern Name Wizard. And play Tamio. All right, we have a Tamio mirror here. So, could be Dimir. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're just saying it's interesting. Are they going to block or... No.
Well, that was a pretty rough top deck. Let's go to combat. They do block. Can Cavern of Souls ninjutsu in anything? I wonder. So, in this situation, I feel inclined to actually just pass. I think Brainstorm is risky if it's a Brainstorm lock, and I think the worst case scenario is they could like Entomb Reanimate, and it would be nice to be playing around as much as possible with that, with like Force of Will, Emergency Brainstorm. What do you think?
I think so too, and I think like the main thing is the only reason to Brainstorm now would be if they actually play Burmaster.
Yeah.
Next turn.
Yeah.
But
well, we can still do that.
Yeah, it's. I think the reasons like being Brainstorm locked here is like so awkward, and actually cracking Clue is a better use of the mana.
Yeah. Cool. Let's pass. They go to combat. We can't block, so hopefully they don't have anything busted here. But I feel okay. All right, they're flipping their Tamio. That means we don't have to worry about Bowmaster, so that's a little win.
Yeah. And it would be really nice for them to somehow show that you're on like the mid-range version, so you can actually like play out an order here instead of...
That would be nice.
Because if it's Reanimator, you really don't want to lose. You really need to keep up the force versus days.
Yeah. Well, this Wasteland is awkward. In the face of Wasteland, is there any way we should be brainstorming here?
I think there are a few ways to do this. Like, I don't think you should brainstorm now. Because they're likely to wasteland you on your upkeep.
Yeah.
And you can brainstorm down, or else we can go to main phase and then hopefully brainstorm.
Yeah, let's crack the clue. I bet they wasteland in response to this, but maybe they'll go for the Cavern, knowing that like I'm a mana away from Nadu.
Yeah.
All right, they went after the Cavern.
Yeah.
And we got Nomads. Okay. And Illusionist. Okay. Well, unfortunately, we have to cantrip into a Daze. And I think it's Ponder, right?
Yeah, I think so too. Like, you really need to find a land here, and being Brainstorm locked would be a catastrophe.
Yeah. Okay, got the land, swords. So, Narcomoeba on bottom, swords, land?
Yeah.
Do you like Nomads?
I think you play nomads here because they can't bowmaster it because you have the Tamiyo play still.
Mm-hmm. That is a nice other benefit of Tamiyo is brains is bowmaster and bolt protection on nomads.
Yeah.
Thoughtseize, yeah, that's pretty good. They probably take Illusionist. Well, there's Dread Return in hand, so they could take Nadu or Brainstorm, or if they are Reanimator, maybe take Force of Will. They could also minus the Tamiyo and just rip apart the hand. They would lose their Tamiyo.
Yeah,
if
that
they
would
did
actually be reasonable to go brainstorm, take brainstorm, take Nadu. But if yeah, as you said, like they lose their Tamiyo, it's probably not. Do you like flipping Tamiyo early in this deck or using it more to generate clues?
Yeah. Yeah, we could use the card advantage here. So they are going with that line. I guess they're going to take Nadu. I feel like they took the worst card in Illusionist, given that Dread Returns in hand. Okay. Also, we're going to draw that Narcomoeba, it looks like, which means we'll have a better card to pitch to Force of Will.
Yeah. But I feel like that was a... They really should have taken Brainstorm there. Like,
Yeah.
they see we have a Dread Return in hand. They might have a counter for it, but with the Dread Return, the Illusionist doesn't do anything, really.
Yeah. Well, we know we're missing a land drop if we crack a clue.
Yeah, I think this is the time to Brainstorm and to get...
If they force, it's a win. Oof, still no lands. It's okay. So I guess Dread Return on very bottom.
Yeah.
And
then the Illusionist to hide it.
Yeah, hide Illusionist. Flip Tamiyo. If we dodge a Wasteland, we'll have Force backup for the combo. I would love for them to go Murktide here. That would be a huge win. Alright, Murktide. So, I like Swordsing here on end step.
Yeah, absolutely.
That resolves. And now we actually have double Force backup if we do get the Cephalid to resolve, because we can Force and then pick something up with Tamiyo. But if the fight is all over on Illusionist, then obviously that wouldn't work. But definitely want to try to jam this with Dread Return on top of the library. Okay, that resolves. This feels pretty good. And now this is a situation where I just love having the Tamiyo. Okay, they scoop. But I love how this is going to get to minus and pick up another Force of Will. That's just such good insurance. Well, we still don't know for sure about Reanimator or Tempo. How do you sideboard in a situation like this?
Like, I think we definitely at least want the Vacuum and the Cauldron for Grave Hate. Because even if they are on Tempo, those are still decent.
Mm-hmm.
I think bringing in the Macabres is a bit much in the blind still.
I agree. We'll definitely want another Cavern.
Yeah.
And probably the white removal. If it was Tempo, that's like one matchup where I feel secure cutting Illusionist and Narcomoebas and Dread Return. Probably want Flusterstorm too, but maybe we leave that in, not really knowing. Maybe we cut like one Illusionist and maybe the Dazes.
Yeah, we could like. I'm with you. I like versus blue the Tempo deck to catch it all usually.
Yeah.
But
you think we should just do that here?
On it. That's 7 cards. Yeah.
I sort of feel like since we don't know, like having the days and the Force will be nice if it's, I feel like this is the safest plan, is cutting this stuff.
Yeah, and it's not a bad plan versus Reanimator either. They usually go down on reanimation things and up on Bowmasters.
Yeah. What do you think about Needle versus, say, Memory's Journey?
I think if it's mid range, I much prefer Needle, but if it's Reanimator, I much prefer Journey. But keeping with all forces in, I think having Journey is still fine, and we take out a lot of the blue cards that are usually
Good point.
to force, like Narcomoeba.
Good point. Yeah, let's try this, and hopefully we don't like die right away to Entomb Reanimate unprotected. That seems like a good hand. Got the combo, can pitch the Journey, just like you were talking about.
Yeah, and the Journey can be a graveyard hate if it is Reanimator here.
Thoughtseize, sure. Probably lose Nadu. Yeah, one nice thing about Journey and Tameo that I like is these Thoughtseize decks are just eating breakfast up. And it's nice having a strategy that's a little less reliant. Okay, they took the Force.
Okay, this absolutely feels like Reanimation is going down next turn.
Yeah. Well, if they have a monster, they're going to get it. You think it's worthwhile to play Shuko, or maybe if they have Daze as backup, maybe they are more conservative if we just go land go?
I think with them looking at our hand and taking a Force, I don't think they're playing around Force anyway. Like if they have it, they will go for it no matter what.
Yeah. Maybe if Strand could have been the wrong land there. But what do you think about Island Shuko?
Yeah, I think absolutely. If they actually go for a fatty here, the best thing we can do is probably find a go basic, so they can't wasteland us, and find a cavern.
Yeah. Okay, Brainstorm. Man, if they weren't ready to go, that really was an odd take. Is there any way? Did we see any cards? No, they had Wasteland last game, right? So it's not like Doomsday.
Yeah, no, and Murktide. So
yeah, and Murktide, yeah. Okay, they took the Journey.
Okay, that's wild, because now you can play it around Days.
Yeah. That was a nice pickup. I regret just absentmindedly playing that Flooded Strand, but here we are.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the only real punish here is if they play a Harbinger, but like that feels quite unlikely. Because
yeah, they are on all underground seas though, so that would definitely hurt them.
And you have enough lands where if they waste you one time, it doesn't really hurt you too much.
Yeah. I will say I did play a Doomsday list the other day. It was Eureka, and he had Wastelands in his deck. Like he Wasteland.
Yeah, I know. It's a classic. I think he's gotten that from Max Carini, Wonder Pro, who has a Wasteland Stifle build with Doomsday.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, as you said, you never expect it. Like if the game one result Doomsday and then game two waste you, it's like, what?
Do we jam Nadu here now that we have a Force?
I still think we wait one more turn, and we're in a position where we force a Thoughtseize. And the reason is that like if you play Nadu, you can't hold up Journey.
True.
And if you do, like, both you play around Days and you hold up Journey for a turn. And they already played 2 Thoughtseizes.
Good point. Let's hope this doesn't just put a monster into the bin right now, but Journey and puts a card on top. I guess they shuffled off that Ponder. Because they brainstormed and then Ponder. I didn't look to see, but that's obviously the sort of play you would make. Alright, well now we have to play out a duel, so it feels like time to jam Nadu.
Yeah.
So maybe fetch Trop, fetch Savannah, play Tundra.
Yeah.
And we want to fetch them both.
Yeah.
Yeah, leave up
the Wasteland.
Yeah, the oldest trick in the book. So leave up Savannah. That's not
because Savannah is also if you get a Nomad here from the Shuka, you can play that.
Hey, that just stuck. This has been a very curious game. Like Thoughts using Force of Will, and then Thoughts using Float White in response.
I think you have to put white here.
Push. Do we force the push pitching pitching days, or do we just stick with these cards?
I think you need to stick with the cards. Like if they have a reanimation here, you really want to have protection for it.
Yeah.
You've gotten a brainstorm plus, like still a free from all for you.
Yeah. Well, the fact that they didn't have a force after Thought Seizing, Force of Will, and Memory's Journey is pretty curious. Like the Memory's Journey definitely makes me think, yeah. Force this? Pitch Brainstorm?
Yeah, I think it is this one.
And you would pitch the Brainstorm?
I would actually probably pitch Ponder. I'm not sure actually. Like the thing is, we don't have no idea how good the swords in hand actually is. If they just don't play anything, it's
yeah. Well, another thought I have is we don't have Dread Return or any of those bad cards in the deck that we will have to put back.
Yeah.
And we don't have a shuffle.
It's probably pitch Brainstorm here.
Yeah. All right, this feels really good because now we'll have green. It'd be nice to find another green source so they can't wasteland us off Journey. Nomads, that's okay. Ponder off Basic. Ponder off Tundra.
Yeah. I have Ponder off Basic if you play the...
Swords it?
Yeah, I think Swords is... I think your days here, because if they have Murktide, it's awkward. And
sure.
I don't think your days is doing much after this. They might play a Baragoyf, but then the Swords works against that.
Yeah. I guess if they force the days, it'll be a similar blowout. Just pick up the basic, replay it.
Yep.
I guess that's a keep. It's awkward. I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's a keep, and I think you really want to cast one of those Brainstorms kind of right away, not because it's good, but because like if they have another Burmaster, it's if
yeah, and they can probably reanimate the Bowmaster. Of course, we have that covered.
Yeah.
Cast Brainstorm right now.
Yeah.
All right. Well, those are acceptable. You want to just tuck the Nomads?
I think you want to hide Swords on top.
Okay. Maybe Nomad Swords like that.
Yeah.
Replay our land. And I think if they reanimate the Bowmaster, we let it happen, right? And Swords it?
Yeah.
Dothy. Well, we can Swords that.
Yeah.
And reanimate Bowmaster. So
no, I think you can just shuffle it in. You have force left, and like you don't want to.
So I'm sorry. What should we do?
I feel like this is the time to use the journey because like it's if they have wasteland, they can shut it off. You don't have any untapped sources left in the deck. Only the surveillance.
Do we maybe put back in like the Misty as well, and everything else is a card I don't really want them to have. So
yeah, I think the.
Yeah. So Swords this, wait a turn on Brainstorm, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to start getting a little greedy on this Brainstorm if we can help it. And if we do have to pitch it.
Yeah. You like if you don't find a blue card off it, it could get bad.
Yeah. Maybe this is the Misty we just shuffled back into the deck.
Hopefully.
Safe play is just forcing here.
I think it's the right play as well.
All right, so we draw another Nomads, I believe, and then just play one out, start the 9-turn clock. Nadu would be a great top deck. This is where they bin and Atraxa and top deck reanimate.
No. I always feel like cheating when they get in.
Mm-hmm.
That's still pretty good for them.
Yeah. Nadu? Flusterstorm. Should we just play out this other nomads and say go?
Yeah, I think you.
I think we're starting to have to high roll it a bit, like
Yeah.
top deck Nadu. Well, if they like crack a clue into reanimate, they can't pay for Flusterstorm. My opponent put in the chat too strong. I think back when I dazed the Bowmaster, but they're over here on Dimir Reanimator, so surveilling Arcana Cruelty into the graveyard. I guess we just fluster here, right?
Yeah.
Because they have to discard. This will keep them off cracking a clue. Man, well, they really high-rolled this for sure. They did top deck the reanimate. They didn't even have to crack the clue, and they surveilled in the Archon.
Yeah, perhaps it was greedy to use the journey.
Yeah, I don't know. EE on 1. All right, Nadu off the top.
On time, come on.
I think we just scoop here, right?
Yeah.
Dang. Yeah, I don't know. That Memory's Journey felt good because they got so lucky there. Like, you can't play around that level of good top decking. Okay, so now we know it's Dimir. I think we definitely want the Macabres. And what do you think of like subbing out Days Force for that?
Yeah, I think that's good. Fine.
What do you think about Illusionist now that we know the matchup? I've been experimenting recently with actually boarding out some number of Nadu. I don't think I've played Dimir Reanimator since being on 4 Tameo, which maybe is just better, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. But like with their creature setup, they brought in both Bowmasters and Doubtfist. I feel like with the addition of the Doubtfist, having Illusionist is a bit too weak.
Yeah. Okay, let's try this. All right, on the play here, got to be mindful of the time. Island Ponder, right?
Yeah.
Opponent's on 7 as well. Well, I'd love to see some lands. All right, 1 land, a Nomads, and a Swords. So I definitely think we want to draw the land, but how are you stacking Nomads and Swords?
I feel like Swords is the card you want in the land, of course. I think Nomads here is a bit. I think you want to rely on the Shuko instead, and like next turn go Shuko on the Shuko or something.
Yeah. Fetch Plains, Shuko, Ponder.
Yeah, depends a bit. Like you probably don't want to tap out into Days if you can help it.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll have less of a say.
Yeah.
Took the Force. Given that they took Force, I feel inclined to fetch and then Ponder.
Yeah.
Could also double cantrip, but I don't think we want to fetch a non-basic. Okay. Nomads on bottom, Ponder, draw Force.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
Play around Days by not playing out Shuko. Worst case scenario, this would stink, but like we could Swords and Atraxa in response to their trigger. Sometimes that ends up working out if they don't get the best ETB. Okay.
Yeah, especially when they're on the many cards.
What do you think of the opponent thought seizing Force when they're not super close to having it? That seems not optimal, right?
Yeah, it's strange, but like, and again, you're not super close to having it either. But
yeah.
I mean, they've done it like twice in a row now.
Yeah. So we could go Shuko, pass. We could try to hit the land with Ponder.
I think Ponder here first, because if we hit the land, then we can play Shuko, and the next turn go Nadu.
Okay, got the land. And another Force. What do you think about taking the Force and like nomads on bottom, sandbag, savannah, take force.
Yeah,
Like
I think that's
it sucks to miss the land drop, but in an absolute emergency, if we do that, I still think we don't go Shuko, right? We just pass.
yeah. And with this, they're probably quite scared of Macabre here. If you keep the ponder but don't play land when you have
Yeah.
a nod in hand.
All right. Well, they're passing. I still don't love playing out savannah. What do you think about plains Shuko? Say go.
Yeah, I think that is good.
Entomb. Yeah. Force pitch brainstorm.
Yeah, it's always awkward. You really like prefer to have graveyard hate over forces when they play Tomb.
Yeah. Well, they're brainstorming. If it resolves, that's super good because they get their shuffle. Or if they find another Entomb, be brutal.
Hopefully they just let this Tomb go and then play a Murktide or something here.
Yeah, that would be nice. Awesome. Yeah, Murktide, Barrow something like that would be great. Dang. Yeah, we're getting chewed up this match by the Thought Seizes.
They've fought this really strangely until now. They might take the swords.
They could.
Yeah.
Maybe they take Force. It's a shame our top card is Nomads. It's pretty bad in this situation.
Yeah, I feel like they probably have Reanimate in hands. I would be most scared if they actually took the nod and reanimated it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, they're not reanimating. I think we just pass, right?
yeah.
This is one situation where I have really been liking against Dimir Reanimator actually keeping in the Illusionist combo and actually trimming Nadus
Yeah.
because they can reanimate the Nadu, but you know, if you reanimate Illusionist, it's not too good. Tamio, sure. What do you think about going to our turn and then swordsing, possibly?
I like actually kind of sorting now. They've played 2 brainstorms already. What do you know about the plow?
Okay. Hedge Maze, okay. I guess we play that. Nadu
Yep.
off the top. Saga. Saga's probably good enough to keep. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think it is.
And they still don't know about Nomads, so maybe they think that's a blue card and we're holding up Force. They're going to test us, though. Now Saga looks like not a good keep. Maybe they don't have the
But
reanimate.
that's the thing about this in matchup. Like, Vermicarb is like the best card by or then sometimes they just forces it. But like here, had we have the Vermicarb, we would not have needed to force their Entomb.
Yeah,
But they don't have it.
that's good. Maybe when they brainstormed before and they saw they weren't going to be able to resolve Entomb, maybe they just put their reanimate back or something, or maybe they just never had it. I still really like their position from here.
Yeah, and they have another Surveillant coming here, so
Yeah. Borrower. Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine. Puts the Alfie into the graveyard, sure.
yeah. They must be sitting like a push perhaps in a force or something. They're
Yeah.
really not doing much.
Okay, well, we're going to our turn, which means emergency hardcast Force of Will is live. Oh, man, that's a good pickup. Just say go. Play out Nomads.
I feel if you're gonna play the Nomad, you make a construct first.
Let's just say go.
Yeah, I think Cinco is better. Because then you can.
Ooh, another one. All right. Well, I have a clock. It's a shame when you macabre something like with Reanimate, you don't lose the life still. I feel like they could fix Reanimate by making the life part of the casting cost.
Yeah, that would actually been a more That would be a big difference. Like even if they force it or something, you commit to paying the life. Like you only got one
Yeah.
shot to go for it.
Yeah, not great. I think we have to make another construct
Yeah.
and just get Ghost Vacuum, or maybe we get Shuko. If we
And
get
Ghost Vacuum,
Shuko?
if you get Ghost Vacuum, no, if you get Ghost Vacuum here, if you top deck a land,
Yeah.
you can get something fun out.
Yeah. And if they don't have removal, then this is lethal next turn.
Yeah,
But they have to have
sure you
removal.
have something here.
Well, I took the damage. Now I think we play Nomads,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. It's if they have a third horror, it's bad.
Yeah. I guess we were never beating that. Can this deck really play 3 Brazen Borrowers?
Yeah, I think usually often does.
Yeah. Bowmaster. That's fine. They can't really ping anything except us. If they have another Bowmaster, we're dead, and now we can't fetch, so not bad. Probably dead here,
Yeah,
but let's see.
Yeah.
If nothing else, they can block with the Bowmaster. Yeah, so we're just dead. I think we can scoop here. Good games. Well, that's a tough matchup for sure. And that Macabre coming as late as it did was, I think, what really sealed our fate.
Yeah. I mean, like I think the big decision, which I think back now, is like perhaps it's right not to force the first Entomb and like try to force the Reanimate there instead.
Yeah.
Force them to have it, because if they don't have it, you can use the force to protect your Nadu.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's like that's super tough.
And, people used to say, like against combo Reanimator, let's force the Entomb. But they have like 4 Reanimate Dead, 4 Exhume or Shallow Grave or something like that. And this deck usually, like I was playing it the other day, it's like on 5 pieces, so maybe it is fair to just let Entomb resolve.
Yeah.
Well, on to the next one. Hopefully we can get some wins on the board. And the league closes in 1 hour, so it's probably the last league, so hopefully 15 stays on top. That'd be pretty cool. You were trophy leader on Breakfast like a year ago, right? Like before Nadu?
Yeah, it was. I think mostly Breakfast. I had a few other things as well in that. But yeah, before last summer, I think in the league that ended in June or something, before MS3.
Yeah. That was right when I got serious about playing Breakfast. And I remember my very first league, I was 4-0. And it just felt so easy. And then I think I 0-2'd my last one, and it took me forever to get my first trophy. It's just so much more powered up with Nadu.
Yeah, it's a big difference. But I kind of, in some ways, I miss still the. It's mostly that I miss playing Cabal Therapy, which is can be super fun.
Yeah.
But absolutely, the power level of the deck is higher now.
Yeah, I like Nadu. I like green cards a lot too. I think that's a fun color to play. And just flipping cards with Nadu feels great. I know a lot of people aren't a big fan of Nadu, but I don't know. I don't feel like our deck is super unfair or unbeatable or anything like that. I mean, it's clearly not supremely positioned with all these Dimir decks.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, not having like it's still a 3-drop creature which requires setup.
Yeah.
So yeah, sure, it's great when you get that, but
yeah. All right. Well, here's our second round on the draw with send this back, or I mean, it has a little bit of action to it, but obviously the top of the deck will need to be really good. What do you think?
I think you send it. Like, had you had a white mana, perhaps you could keep it, but now you don't even have white, except for the cavern.
Much better. Super rewarded. I guess just put back Narcomoeba. Yeah, I always try to look at a hand and another Dimir deck. ask myself, how does this win the game? And if I can't tell myself a little story there, it's probably a mole. At least that last hand did have pretty secure mana. So we'll be fighting for our mana here. Island Ponder.
Yeah.
Okay. Got there. So Nomads on bottom, followed by Tundra and draw Days.
Yeah.
It really is to the benefit of the deck that there's so many popular Dimir decks right now. Like, you just have to guess with all of your plays what you're up against, and like, we definitely would have had a better chance game 2 last match if we knew for sure it was Reanimator.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, just let them brainstorm. What do you think next turn, provided we don't get thought seized about Cephalid Illusionist backed by Days, and then we can pick up the Tundra with the Days?
I think that is good. Like, it ensures you from being thought seized the turn after. And yeah, now they have the wasteland there.
Yeah.
Which is awkward.
Yeah, that is awkward. We know we're drawing Nomads. Feels like they kind of just have us here. We could also not play out the land. I don't know.
Yeah, but I just think you still go for an illusionist here. Like, if the wasteland, you can daze a bowmaster.
Yeah.
And if they keep up the wasteland, we can protect the tundra.
Yeah. Well, they're not wastelanding us. I guess, they have no reason to suspect that our mana is as rough as it is, but it always is rough playing Breakfast.
Yeah.
I would love a Bowmaster.
You've been playing... Yeah. They might have it like they brainstormed without in better land. Yeah, fantastic for us.
Ooh, we got a bit of lag here. And we're definitely fighting over this, like, with force if they daze back, right?
Yeah, and
Trying
I think
to get this game over.
Fighting here as well, but you're...
This was a style of play I definitely had to get used to when I first learned. Ooh, this is working out super well. When I first learned how to play Breakfast, I would never make plays like this where I'm, like, dumping my hand to, a pretty abysmal state just knowing I'm going to win the next turn. Force of Will, I guess just pitch Force on the Bowmaster.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they took probably the greediest line they could have taken. And let's hope that we punish it. They could have been saving a Force. Alright, got the win. So main deck Bowmaster is not very common in Reanimator. I would think this is the Tempo, yeah?
Yeah, I think so too.
So what do you think about boarding out Breakfast combo, boarding in these 8 cards, and just leaving Oracle?
Yeah.
It's a nice clean swap there. And Oracle is nice to have because sometimes you end up in like a Nadu endgame state, but they have a lot of life or something, or their board state is really good and you need to just end the game.
Yeah. That actually, I won one of the games at the tournament weekend that way. It was against Mono Black Goif mid-range aggro.
Nice.
With a bunch of Bowmaster and Duffys. And then game 3, like, I got another art and we were in time.
Wow. Yeah, sometimes you go to time.
So it's there it really came in key to have that as a way to win.
Wow. Yeah, I watched your final from Eternal Weekend against that. It was like an Esper deck with Frog and like Days Undoing, I think. And
yeah, Esper trade binder control.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, well they didn't like their 5-card hand, and we got the win. High skill gameplay here, but this hand is fantastic. Obviously, like just ending their Tameo, find our land. Even if you thought seize this hand, it recovers super well. So unfortunate that they didn't even produce a second game there, but we'll take it. But I was gonna say that final on Eternal Weekend was like I watched that, and that was what got me back into Breakfast. Like I had played it like right when Nadu came out because I was really hyped for Nadu, and that deck was a little awkward at first. People weren't sure what to play, and you know, just watching you win Eternal Weekend with this really cleaned up version of the deck was like, I gotta get back into that. And I think like the next day, I just on Magic Online switched over to Breakfast, and yeah, I've just stayed with it.
Yeah, it was quite a game. That finals, I still remember. I still think about the mistakes I made and you made as well.
Yeah,
But got there, thankfully.
yeah. I mean, it's gotta be like when you're playing super high stakes Magic. It's you know, people make more mistakes. People don't think about it as well, and that's just part of the game. Like obviously, it's possible to play like perfect Magic. It's not something where like you could miss a shot or something like that. There's not really a big physical component to it, but you really have to be so mentally sharp to play well and not get impatient. It's tough.
Yeah, yeah. Like I like putting as much as possible on some kind of like kind of autopilot, like so I don't have to like think too much about which land to play or always have in my mind what I'm looking for with cantrips and stuff.
Yeah.
And then like the mistakes comes in like tough decisions. I think my biggest mistake in that game was not forcing back a daze on a Nadu early game one. I think. Like the sure, and I think his biggest mistake was just missing his timeless dragon in the graveyard.
Yeah, that's right. There was like some graveyard thing that was forgotten. Well, Island Tamio.
Yeah,
We definitely can flip a Tamio next turn unless they remove it. But sometimes the Tamio can just be bait, and it's. I just love this proactive must answer play turn one. Like, I mean, anytime someone ponders turn one, it feels good as the opponent nowadays. So, and now we have a Tamio. Make the clue. What do you think about Brainstorm? See what happens. And then we still have a land drop after that.
yeah, I think that's pretty good actually because like they're still far away from flipping the chandelier, the chandelier, and with the brainstorm we can hopefully find a removal for it.
And if they daze, they're off cutter next turn.
Yeah,
Yeah, they daze. Tundra Ponder.
I think you actually go Tundra, keep up the second brainstorm to save the Tamio.
Good call.
If they waste on you, you can still play brainstorm or ponder.
Yeah. Well, here's that play. I wonder if they have another daze. If they force, that feels okay. All right, that's good. And we found the daze, so I guess just Dread Return and Ponder doesn't really matter. And the only card we definitely don't want is Dread Return. Gotta love when Brainstorm is also Counterspell. Now they do get to hit a damage.
Yeah, a very cheap cryptic command.
Untapping with Nadu would be so good here. But what do you think about basic Ponder?
Yeah, absolutely ponder here. Get rid of the.
Yeah, this is
Keep
perfect.
the mist. Keep.
Okay, and we already plus the Tamio, so this feels good. Even if they flip the Channeler, make it Delirious, they can't kill the Tamio. And having this as a life total buffer in this matchup is also really good. Like, these Delver decks are really built to deal, 20 damage and get out. And when you really test it, definitely Cutter was a huge addition for them. I died to that card more than I care to admit.
Yeah, it's once they get going, they never miss.
Yeah.
But this might not be the cat version with your tropical.
Yeah, they might have. Well, we could crack a clue. I kind of like just drawing the other land, especially now that we can back up Nadu with Daze.
Yeah, absolutely. And like they're kind of forced to play Murktide here or have the Unholy Heat,
Yeah.
or else their Shunner is gonna die.
Maybe just get Savannah
Yeah.
and cast Nadu. All right, that just resolved. And we don't need to ponder. We just pass.
Yeah, I think it's just better too.
Brainstorm. Yep. If they go to combat, would you block the Channeler?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we have second Nadu. So if they bolt,
Yeah.
they could also Murktide pre-combat into a daze. Looks like that's what's happening if I had to guess. No. Those feels good.
So even if they go for like a Shunner plus Bolt here, we can daze it now, which
Yeah.
really great for us.
So they should swing with both. Yep. Just get rid of this guy.
There's an argument here for blocking the Delver actually, because they need to attack with the Chandler next turn as well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Well, they didn't have the bolt. Get another Tameo. What do you think about cracking a clue and then pondering and probably not playing anything else? Maybe playing Tameo into days or just holding it up?
I feel like you ponder first actually before, because if they have a days, they had a plenty of turns, no use for it.
All right, Nomads. We just casting Nomads here?
Yep.
All right, well, let's see if you have Force. Probably should have tapped Savannah. Oops. Okay, they had Force. Do we Tameo, or maybe we just crack the clue?
Have you played a land this turn?
I have not played a land this turn, so we could
Yeah,
crack
then
a
I think crack new clue and play Saga.
Yeah. Good catch. Leave Nadu back on defense. I love the Nadu wall. It's so great. The only thing I'm a little worried about here is a Murktide, which looks like is what's happening. But even so, like they probably need to deal with Tameo. And since they're unliable to attack here, I think we're going to get to plus it again. So as an 8/8, they can still kill it in one swing. But unless they find a wasteland, we're in really good shape.
Yeah, isn't this the turn to minus Tamio and Brainstorm a Ponder here?
Yeah. You're right. Just give up on it. What do you think about playing Tameo, minusing this Tameo for a Brainstorm?
Yeah, that's actually really good. And then block and then Brainstorm, save 8 damage.
Yeah. They held on that Saga. It does make me wonder if they have Stifle. Let's cast Tameo first, in case they don't see the line. Shame we can't pick up Nomads. That'd be incredible. Fetch land is nice. Do we keep the Narcomoeba and just put back, like, the third Nadu in a Plains? Or... probably keeping the third Nadu is better than the Narcomoeba.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, if we, in a dire emergency, have to chump with Nadu, just having a whole bunch of backup Nadu seems great. And we can Surveil with the Flooded Strand. It's looking good. I'm a little concerned for Stifle, but can't really do much about that. Daze doesn't look great, but I'd rather have that than the Plains. Let's fetch now, see if we can spike Narcomoeba. Just get Hedge Maze, doesn't matter very much. Drop, bin that. Okay, so a line we could do, we could go Nadu Chump, cast another Nadu next turn.
I think Nadu Chump is actually good.
Yeah, because
so
like
if you
we have
you need to deal with the
we have the ultimate on the table. It plays around them like stifling this, so and we're just rich in Nadu right now, so
yeah, you can play double Nadu next turn if they have
Yeah.
Force. So
shame we don't have a Force in the graveyard to pick up with this Tameo, but It'll be fine. Maybe we draw it. Alright. Well, let's see if they have Stifle. Okay, no Stifle. This should be the game. Double Nadu seems really good, and even double Nadu around days. Yep, Seek the Beast in response. Looks like they did, they got Borrower and Volcanic off of that, if I'm looking correctly. That's pretty good for them. They can borrow the Construct. So let's equip the Construct first in case they borrow. Looks like they're just letting us do our thing. Yeah, I think they were supposed to do something there to try to slow this down.
I think they did, like, the thing they should do is borrow a construct, as you said, and like hope you have just get lands and is forced to jump off with.
Yeah. Are we just plussing this Tameo? Just getting maximum greedy?
No, I think you do a brainstorm here and look for it. If you need to answer the double Nodus anyway before they're not far, far from actually killing you with damage.
Well, we should be able to win the game here.
Yeah.
Fetch, just get any land out of our deck. Just archive. Well, let's be funny and let's keep this on top. Actually, we can draw that card because of Nadu. Leave up Meticulous Archive. Well, that was a good brainstorm. I'm glad you talked me into that.
No, they're bouncing.
Yeah, a little late. Just daze it. And now Force will handle whatever the last card is. Yep.
Yep.
Alright. So I used to think Graveyard Hay was good, but we didn't see Cutter. So I actually am wondering if Vacuum and Cauldron might be good rather than like leaving in a couple forces. So that's some lag.
A card actually I like versus this version is Flusterstorm, especially on the draw if they like because it counters Seek the Beast.
So I definitely think we want to start there. We want the Cavern. And then, what do you think of either Vacuum or Cauldron over, say, the last force? It's kind of nice to have one force to draw to in the deck.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I like either both Needle and Vacuum and stuff. Before Tamios, a force is actually pretty good to like pick up and.
Yeah. Maybe like trim one Illusionist for Vacuum.
Yeah. Yeah.
Needle could be good. I love having tutorable Tameo Planeswalker removal, but I think this list is just too tight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think they're not on Tameo. I think they're on for Delver for.
Yeah, good point. Just hitting Wasteland feels pretty bad, especially when they can like melt it down or something and then Wasteland you. Tend to need all your cards to be pretty high value. Okay, well this is a little risky, but I think it's a keep, right? Like start with Savannah, depending on what we draw. Keep. If they play a Channeler or Delver, we play into Daze and Swords it. Yep. Yep. Savannah Swords?
Yeah. And if they have Wasteland, hopefully they waste the Savannah instead of Mace.
Yeah. And if they do Daze this and Wasteland us, I feel like it's pretty likely we're going to get to tap the Hedge Maze for mana.
Yeah.
Okay, they let it go. I wonder if that pause signals that it was their only threat and they maybe had a Force of Will, but not Daze.
Yeah.
I think that's an easy Daze.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially if they have Wasteland.
Hedge Maze or Saga?
I think Hedge Maze still.
Yeah, especially given that we drew Narcomoeba, like the best case scenario, another land is perfect. Best case scenario for that Saga would be like comboing off with Illusionist, but we can't do that because we wouldn't be able to make constructs.
Yeah. And they don't have the threat in play, like we're not in a hurry to do do anything.
Okay. What do you think about just pondering now?
Yeah, I think pondering here is great. They can feel a
Yeah.
little more.
What do you think about
I
Tameo?
think it.
Go ahead.
I think you kind of want to put Saga Tameo, and the next turn go K Tameo
Yeah.
Saga. And then if they have Wasteland or whatever, do a repeat the turn after.
Yeah. Like we won all those cards, so we don't want to crack this fetch.
Yeah.
Especially if they like dazed it and they're only on one land, so they're not really punished by that. Hopefully we dodge Wasteland in this next turn. I would love to play Saga and then Wasteland that with our redundant Saga. So they're going to see our Tameo. They appear to not be Wastelanding us. Maybe they want to seek the beast. Let's play this out right now, see if this baits the Wasteland. Come on, opponent, you can get it before we can tap it for mana. Go for it. I think if these are their only two lands and they have Seek the Beast, they have to do that.
Yeah.
But I like making people think. I like, testing them a little bit. All right. That feels like a big win. Blasting Tameo seems good. Yeah, I mean, that was a reasonable turn for them, but if they don't draw another land and if they're stuck, that's going to feel really good as our Saga ticks up. Yeah, they have another land.
Let's go. Is this Murktide as well?
Counterbalance.
Yeah. No.
All right. Well, I definitely like Saga in the face of Counterbalance.
Yeah. It'll just play out an Illusionist here.
Yeah.
Blind 2 seems.
Force of Will. Do we Tameo?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, if they have days, like they're probably going to get a nod anyway.
Yeah. Yep. So 3 unknown cards. 2 unknown cards. Yeah, it's pretty good. We mill over the Thassa's Oracle and 2 Brainstorms. Brainstorm's not great in the face of Counterbalance, but we'll definitely be looking for lands. Cavern, I think, would be amazing here. Archive, well, that's our play. Another land seems good. Play out Illusionist this turn?
Yeah.
Flooded Strand, okay. So they still have 1 land, and they're going to draw another land. Provided that
Hopefully
they don't
we can get to... Hopefully, yeah, but they don't have any threats. I was saying, hopefully we can get to the Illusionist Naru combo.
Mm-hmm. We might get there, yeah. They did not shuffle the Ponder. Which to me means they left a 1-drop on top. I'm sure they would love to counter on Nomads for free here. And unless they have, what, Force and Negation? I mean, they really don't have 3 drops. Let's go to combat. Maybe I shouldn't have played the land. Well, we Nadu, right?
Yeah. I've used 2 blasts already, so if they have another one, yeah, sure they have it, but...
Yeah. He's in there. And they do have Delirium, so Unholy Heat is live, but that's a good exchange. Wasteland at this stage doesn't feel too bad. Pyroblast, okay, I guess they drew that, or maybe didn't want to play into a daze. Okay. They know the top card of their library still.
Today I had this wind. Oh, I feel just play Naru here.
Yeah. Volcanic. Ooh. Do you jam the Nomads here? I think we do, right?
Yeah, absolutely we do. If they have a daze, they have a daze, but then they're like totally empty.
I don't think they do, because we left ourselves open to the Wasteland play. So,
yeah.
Oops. But some nice information gained off of that. Let's go. All right. Well, I got a little loose there not fetching with the Wasteland, but that definitely added some confidence to jamming the Nomads. And
yep.
They'd already been through a daze, so... All right, well, that's another game. I feel like I play a lot of games where Counterbalance counters 0 spells. I think that card is, I don't know, not the best right now.
Yeah, I don't... I've never had troubles with it when playing Breakfast.
Yeah. Even though we have a lot of 1-drops, it's just easy to sequence around it, throw away a spell. Like, Counterbalance has to counter one spell before it's even, a counter spell, which is not a very good card in Legacy. So,
Yep.
just throwing a spell into there feels good. Alright, I know I played this player recently, but I forget what they're on. This seems like a keep. Since we have the Force, I feel good about starting on Tamiyo, though it's tempting to ponder to try to get lands. And they're going Yorion.
I feel Tamiyo is great to start with here.
Yeah.
Like if they're on different taxes, they might I don't know, use a Solitude or something early instead of playing a Vial.
Yeah.
If we find second land, we're probably looking for Brainstorm rather than a land with Ponder.
Yeah, Brainstorm would be great here. Yep, that's fine. Well, the first Swords is out of the way. Sometimes that's Tamiyo's role. Not a keep. It's tempting to have the Brainstorm, but then we miss a land. Alright, rewarded. I think we play it out, right? Just trying to work our way up to 3 mana. If they wasteland, it's okay. I don't love this game having Dread Return in hand. Force the Vial?
I think it's fine, actually. I think you...
It would be nice to save the forces to back up what we're doing.
Yeah.
Alright. Guess we just jam Nadu. And these are the sort of matchups where I love Nadu, where you know he's going to resolve. You know you're going to get a card. And now having Nadu in the face of this Vial that's just hitting 1 feels good.
Yeah. The annoying part is you really want to get all the value from Solitude, but you can't force it and get the card.
Yeah. If we force here, they have Karakas, but I don't mind them Karakasing our Nadu, and we have redundant Cephalid and Force.
I think you're 100% force here, because forcing your illusionists aren't doing much anyway with the Dread Return in play.
Yeah.
Within hand, I mean.
What is this? When Cloud enters, search your library for an equipment card, reveal it, put it in your hand, and shuffle. As long as Cloud is equipped, if an ability of Cloud or an equipment attached to it triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. To me, that signals... Yeah. To me, they're probably wanting to get Jite off that, if I had to guess. Like, that's the only equipment I can think of with triggers that are relevant. Because if...
the one that kills creatures, if they play that.
The Aegis.
And no, they don't have any great dead creatures yet, but we work for more, bring back 2 creatures instead of 1.
Oh yeah, kind of a cool card. I don't know if it's better than Stoneforge Mystic, but maybe they have 4 Stoneforge. And
yeah, but it's Karakasable. That's the reason I think you have it there. They can Karakas it and then Vial it in, like, at all their equipments.
Yeah, Recruiter's good. If this Dread Return were literally any other card. But can't be afraid of playing with Dread Return in hand. It's the risk you take. Here's the Solitude. If they do it now, that's pretty good. Yep. Brainstorm. Another land. Well, okay. Well, we've gotten a lot of cards off of that Nadu. Of course, we've pitched a lot of cards to stop what they're doing. Swords feels good. I don't have any inclination to use it right now. Maybe they have like Philia as their last card. That would be a nice use for this plow. Some nice lawn mowing going on right outside my window. Should be able to get rid of some background noise. If this is a Philia... Okay, this was a nice play. Because their Karakas was tapped.
Yeah.
Yeah, this game's looking pretty bad, I would say. Like, if we don't top deck Brainstorm, or maybe Nadu right now, it's gonna feel bad. Well,
There we go. First step.
oh, that's so awkward.
Um,
Maybe just put Dread Return and Trot back.
I think you actually put back Force here and play Narcomoeba and Nomads out and keep up Plow. And the next turn you can hardcast Force. Because then you can actually block the Felia.
Well, when they saw me go blue-green there, oops, casting Narcomoeba had to be a huge sigh of relief.
Yeah.
Yeah, good call. Now, they could still like Karakase back, but we could Swords it in response. They'll get one thing if they go for the Recruiter, or if they put one of these cards back.
Yeah, but you can source the Recruiter in response if they target it and go for the attack. Because then you have if they don't play it back immediately, you have the hardcast Force for Lephelia.
Yeah, good play.
Like, it's super awkward if they have a source here, but you're not beating that.
And if they do go to damage, we at least get to put a damage on Narcomoeba, and Nomads will survive.
Yeah. You need to put 2, because otherwise you can put 2 damage on the I really got when they changed the blocking thing, not having blocking order. I'm not really actually exactly sure how this works in terms of the rules, because like I've heard some judges say to me that I can choose exactly which replacement effects are put in effect. So I can choose where the damage go as long as I have activated Nomads. Dramatic Online is last the order. The first target you activated, the first damage goes there.
Yeah, every time that little thing comes up in this area to the left, and I just never know anything about what to do with that. I just try to like if I'm not 100% sure it was done right, I'll just reactivate a whole bunch. It's free to do. That's why Nomads is a good card. And I would definitely say to anyone, like, if you wanted to play this deck online, I would say the clicking is pretty inoffensive. I mean, I'm not afraid of doing a lot of clicks, but, you know, it's not the worst as far as clicking goes. It's not like a food chain or something like that.
Yeah. And even, like, you're not doing the entire deck, you're doing some cards, and the winning with Illusionist is also fine. I feel like the worst clicking situation is when you have to click, like, 16 damage of blockers with two Nomads.
Yeah. Well, they're thinking a lot here. Or maybe they're just experiencing some sort of lag. Okay, so they're going to activate Caracas.
Yeah. And if they don't play it out right now, which I don't think they will. Oh, they are. They're not falling for our tricks.
Yeah. So next turn, I mean, if they want to connect with this Felia, they have to constantly exile one of these. Ooh, Island. So that means, I mean, I don't mind being attacked by Grizzly Bear from 19 life. That's totally fine. And I love having hardcast Force of Will, though. With the Vial ticking up and they can put Yorion in hand, it's not looking great.
Yeah, and especially with you drawing Dreadish next turn.
That's right. That was so long ago. I had forgotten Dread Return on top. But I'm sure right underneath Dread Return is a Nadu. I just know it. Well, this is probably eating a Force unless it's Yorion. Alright, Yorion is in hand. They can exile one of our things and hit for 2. And next turn they get to Yorion, but they still don't have any things that are of value.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll reset the Vial.
I don't think so. As long as they have Caracas plus the Yorion, I don't think they will change it from 5.
Yeah. Yeah, good point. Well, that would be to our benefit because then they might have to play into this Force of Will. The Vial up to 5 is living the dream for the Death and Taxes player. With Yorion in hand, this is like what dreams are made of for them. Wasteland, not super scary, but this Force of Will that's sort of rotting in our hand will be even further rotting. Yep, that's fine.
Take. You should have taken money, because if they have something they want to bounce, you need to play it for combat.
Oops. Yeah,
but I don't think they. I think they drew this Wasteland this turn, and they haven't played anything before. So
yeah. I do wonder what the other two cards they have are. They probably have a Plow, if I had to guess. Excuse me.
yeah, probably another Felia, I think,
Maybe another Philia. Yeah.
and then the Yorion, of course.
Yeah. This card is surprisingly good against our deck. Like, can just kill constructs. A lot of times these decks are black as well, and they can have a Bowmaster, and you can never play out your X1s. So yeah, we really need Nadu off the top, or Illusionist. Illusionist would be fine because we have Memory's Journey.
Yep.
Ooh, they've lost connection to the game, so they are experiencing probably a similar lag that we are, which is really frustrating. But that's how it goes sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know what...
I feel bad because...
Go ahead.
Yeah, I feel bad. I usually get these disconnections when it like happens a lot, when I get dealt a lot of damage or so. Like, so it happens exactly like when I would lose a game. For example, when Oops milled the graveyard, I can get disconnected.
Yeah.
And I like you get like, oh no, are they thinking I rage quit now?
Yeah.
Guilt for that. Like if you come back, it's...
When you come back, they know it was just some internet issue that we all face at various times. I'll tell you a funny story. So there was one time I thought I had the genius thought to play Magic Online on a plane, because you can pay for the Wi-Fi. It's like $8 or something like that. And that 3-hour plane ride is going to be over real fast. And it turns out, even for Magic Online, the internet on a plane, at least what I was flying, the internet I paid for was really bad. And I timed out of a match, like in 2 games. And never tried that again. So, moral of the story is, even though that seems like a really good travel hack, Magic Online is maybe not good for planes. Have you ever tried?
Yeah. Never on a plane. I've ever played on trains. I used to study in the south of Sweden, in Lund, which is like a 4-hour train ride.
Nice.
And that train had, there were a few spots where the internet was not great.
Yeah.
So I've definitely timed out due to that, but mostly it actually worked fine.
Nice. Yeah, I could imagine a train being better, a bit closer to the Earth and all.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's more like you kind of need to, because after a while you knew which part of the journey the internet would be bad in. So just figured like, we're soon there. Do I have a time for another match before? Should I do something else now?
Nice. That's good that it was reliable, so you weren't caught off guard. Those still you're 30 minutes away from that spot, and you're like, I can play one more, and then you pair into the Jeskai control deck, and you're sweating the time.
Yeah, it absolutely happens that I no, 25 minutes. Yeah, sure. And then played some real grind fests.
Yeah, that happens to me more times than I care to admit, because I do a good bit of work from home. I teach guitar lessons out of my home. And so I'll have some free time, and then have to teach at 6:30 or something, and I often try to play Magic Online in between that time, and I really have to be sensitive to how much time is left. And usually it depends a lot on if the league is going well or not. I would never if I was 3-0 or 4-0 in a league, probably even just 1-0, I don't think I would risk losing an undefeated league to having to quit a game. But Okay, the opponent came back. That's good. I'm glad it wasn't just a timeout loss. And looks like they're making the same play. Thankfully, they didn't have a pre-combat play where my punt with floating the mana didn't come up.
Yeah, I'm not sure actually.
Okay, another
Like
Vial.
if they would not have drawn the wasteland, because you kind of don't want to signal that you have wasteland. But sure, if you have 5 mana untapped and isn't doing anything, I think they put you on having force anyway.
Yeah. Well, I think if I were them, I would Yorion now. You got the Caracas. Seems free to do. Unless they have like a Solitude.
Sure, but yeah, that's a possibility that they have it actually. But
Alright, they're passing. Well, I sense a Solitude, but we're just not in a position at this point to play around anything if we get Nadu. Okay. Well, Force of Will is back online. There's no attacks into their file on 5, so this is pretty rough here. If they do have a Solitude, then next turn can probably scoop it up. But they didn't activate there, so I'm curious why they didn't activate and put in Yorion.
yeah, I still feel like they want some value out of it. But like they are in a position to try to just beat you down.
Yeah. Well, that's still not very valuable.
Yeah, it doesn't do much at all for them. So I think you need to save your force, or if they have a plow as their last card.
Yeah. And we do have exactly enough mana to do that next turn if we draw Nadu. Sadly, though, drawing Memory's Journey stinks, like, because now Cephalid Illusionist really is a bad card to draw. Days, if...
Going to hits.
I wonder if end of turn it would be good, depending on what they do, to just cast Memory's Journey so that it's in the yard.
Yeah. Probably. Do you have any good things in your graveyard too?
I mean, you could just put in cantrips, but like I'm just thinking, especially now that their clock is becoming more potent. Like if we top deck Cephalid Illusionist, having Memory's Journey would be good, and we can't do both in the same turn because of the Thalia.
Yeah.
Skyclave, well, that's getting forced.
You can probably actually try to daze it. I don't think they will pay for daze.
Yeah. What happens if they do, though? Like, they can't swords here if that's their last card.
Yeah. It's probably you're probably right. Yes, that forcer.
Yep. Well, this has been probably the worst Philia I've ever played against, but they're still quite ahead here.
Still hitting. Yeah. Now journey on. Just ponder.
Yeah. I mean, honestly,
And a ponder brainstorm.
Ponder and Brainstorm, yeah. I guess if we... Yeah, my thought is, like, could it even be nothing? Just to ensure. But if we get one of those, we can still cast Illusionist. That can hit another Narcomoeba, and then we have a blocker. So, yeah, I think target us. Target Brainstorm. Ponder. Well, this isn't how you draw it up, but Memory's Journey is a very useful card. Like, sometimes I don't really like it, but, well, there's the Brainstorm. I guess tap like this, cast it. Alright, so we're dead, because they get rid of the Narcomoeba. Yeah. Okay, well, I would hate to win this way with the lag, but my opponent, if we win this game, will be struggling for time, and I'm certainly not above that. Needle seems good, right? Like on Vile or Wasteland. Extra mana against a Wasteland deck. And then probably just cut some number of dazes. And I wonder if trimming on Tameo might actually be good against the Caracas deck.
Yeah, they're not at its best here.
I like the forces just because you know your force is going to be the final word. What do you think about 2 forces, 2 dazes, and a Tameo?
Yep.
I wonder what the blue is for. I wonder if we'll see. we didn't see any blue spells other than Yorion.
No, not that really. Might be like they have Flusterstorms in the board or something.
Maybe. I could also
Or,
see like Harbinger.
Yeah, Harbinger and the blue and white, the vintage card, what's it called? Base card plays. If you pay 0 for something, it's countered, and
Lavinia.
play non-creature spell. Yeah, Lavinia.
I cast a Force of Negation into a Lavinia just yesterday. That was pretty rough. Yeah. And it's especially embarrassing because before Naughty Breakfast was on Lavinia, I should know better. But sometimes you just get like a weird thought in your mind. Like I had Force of Will in my hand forever. It's like, okay, I can't cast that Force. Because that one also has like the 5 mana versus 5 lands thing. Ooh. I think this is a mull. Unless we're willing to surveil and risk getting wastelanded. Because I don't want to go Island Tameo with no additional land drop or cantrip.
Yeah, I think it's a mull. Like you, if you don't get a land, you're not doing anything really.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, and this is great.
We're just playing out nomads, right? I mean, gotta threaten the turn too.
Yeah.
They have a bunch of plows and solitudes, but let's get them out of their hand. Or maybe they don't have it. Maybe they just go Vile. Wasteland Vile.
You probably have plow here.
Yeah. Ooh, another nomads is good.
So attack first to get in the 3 point of damage. Then play.
Play Illusionist off basic.
Yeah. This is actually, even if they have plow, that's actually not that bad, because then we can play around Graveyard Hate next turn with
the
green source from the Cephalid.
Ooh, wow.
Ooh.
They could still have plow. Like this could be a play around days. Though I think if they're playing around days, they swords and then they have Solitude as backup. Sort of like a Force of Will.
Yep.
Thalia? Yeah.
Yeah, swords.
So they are demonstrating that they want to play around days. I'm glad we took the dazes out. Well, but then violating into a daze. I don't know, I like that for them. I think that was good. Flooded Nomads? Or
yeah.
Flooded Go?
Actually, I don't think you should play Nomads here, because they can have the bunch of ways to kill it, and
yeah. And we should be untapping with 4 mana.
Yeah.
Love to have them not wasteland here. Yeah. Hedge Maze.
Yeah. Make them on a node on top.
I know he's gonna be there. Cavern. No. Alright. Well, I like having swords in this position. That's a good top deck, just ending the Vial.
Yeah.
And then play out Tundra, so we still have... In fact, maybe this gives away a little bit of information, but I don't want them to wasteland me off a white. I think they'd be foolish to wasteland me off white when I clearly have 1 green source, but it's free to play around. There it is. Sure. Probably name Nomads. Maybe they name Nadu. I don't like Flute in the Blind here.
Yeah, unless you have something to play next turn with the mana, but yeah, absolutely it's not. In the blind, you'd probably name Nadu.
Yeah, I mean, they just wastelanded us off green. Yeah, they named Nomads. That's fine. We play Shukos. Another land is okay. What do you think about surveilling with it? It's not great.
I think you're already... Yeah, I think you just keep it for brainstorming for having a green source.
Yeah.
And they're not doing anything, so...
Yeah. Sure. I say we hold the land. I say we just say go, I guess.
Yeah.
And now we can surveil. Maybe they play something out pre-combat that's swordsable. White Orchid. Yeah, so they can kill our Tundra, that's fine. We're going to be replacing that. Can't search for a basic, though. So now we wait for them to trigger Philia and then Swords Orchid.
Yeah.
It was maybe possible to wait a turn on that. But next turn we wouldn't be able to play around it anyway, so... Like, eventually we're going to be fetching out some non-basics.
Yeah.
Needle. That's not good enough now, right?
Absolutely not.
Not the best top deck, but well, okay, we can't even... We could cast one and not activate. I think we just hold it. I guess
I think you played it down.
Yeah. A single Nadu would be a really good top deck, but we're running out of good top decks, especially in the face of Caracas. Yeah, that's good. Sash is good. Definitely means they'll have to hold up mana. We really need a Brainstorm. Oracle. I don't know about you, but I sort of feel ready to pack this one up. They're going to be getting even more stuff, like a Cauldra, if it's not already in hand. I don't know, You think it's worth continuing here?
We can take one more draw step. If it's Brainstorm into something good, that's the last chance. But
let's play out the Oracle, see if we can find one of those cards. Oh, there's Ponder. Yep, probably Cauldra. Yep. So they're gonna get another thing, hit us. Now it would have to be like immediately Nadu into Shuko. And that's a 3/3, right? Yeah, so maybe chumping there was correct.
Yeah, I think you have to because you want to put it into the yard, but
yeah. And next turn, that was a punt, yeah, because they can just exile that next turn and have lethal. Though I think we didn't have swords. Or we did have swords, but it's not there anymore. Shuffle. All right, they got us. So didn't draw very well this match, and that's how it goes sometimes when you play all these terrible cards that help you combo, but don't really help you in a nice, fair game. Okay, I like this hand. I wish it was on the play, but can turn 2. Could get Thought Seized and just die. Even if they Thought Seize, we have the Ponder. Like, I think if you Thought Seize, you probably take Illusionist, or I guess if they have counter spells, maybe take the Ponder. Oh no. Yep. The worst punish for being on the draw. A great hand that's now a terrible hand. Cavern off the top would be amazing. Or is this Saga?
Or...
Well, I wish I knew what variety of Chalice deck this is. Almost any Chalice deck also messes with your mana, though, so basics feel like a pretty good call. I don't know, let's see. Surveilling... honestly, okay, so it is going to be a Blood Moon deck. Yep. Get an island... I don't know how we overcome this, though. Because we're locked out of Saga for sure.
Yeah, you're allowed to... Yeah. But the way to overcome it is the medium beats.
Yeah.
Hit them for 13 turns in a row and hope they...
Yep.
They just draw blood moons.
Oof. I say we just scoop it up. Like,
yeah,
they could not know what we're on, and we're not getting there. Like, the Illusionist, I suppose, like, we could mill into, like, a Dread Return for a Nadu or something like that. All right, well, Force of Negation in. I like Consign. I like Maximum Answers to a Chalice. Needle can be decent for one ring. I like Cavern. I always like swapping out a Cavern for a Saga in this matchup. And then maybe the Plow as well. It does play in, like, it helps with Magus. So I used to board out all the Sagas, but now there's the rule change, so Saga's a little better.
I think Tamio is not the best here.
Tamio,
It's
yeah.
fine, but
What about like the 4 Tamios? How about we keep a Tamio because it could be cast off Cavern and the upside is really strong. So like what if we go cut these and then cut the Ponders?
yeah, that sounds reasonable.
How have you felt about this 4 Tamio build now that we're a few matches in?
Yeah, it looks cool. Like I like Tamio, so I would probably try it a bit.
Yeah. It feels like one of the most busted cards you could be playing, so if we can play 4, why not?
Yeah, and it's like the problem with this deck is the mana is terrible, and this is a card that's easy to cast and impactful in play, and forces your opponents to react. So,
Yeah.
I really liked having 2, and
Like, what happens when we go Island Tamio and they just like Fury it? That feels great. What if they Fury it and we have a Brainstorm held up or something? So, come on, turn 2. Yeah, this is a keep, right? It's a little rough on the mana, and we probably do have to potentially fetch a Surveil land, but the Force, you just can't.
I feel like you even actually just go play nomads here and force them to, like, if they have grief or no, not grief, but Fury lost it.
Sure. Yeah, we're insulated against whatever they do next turn, so we should get to Brainstorm. Drawing the land naturally would be amazing. Then, like, if they go Chalice, we could just ending the Chalice. Well, we can't let Chalice resolve. Probably whatever they do here, except a Fury is getting forced. Maybe let a Fable go. Chromox. You ever force the Chromox? Feels not good, right? If they just have like Spirit Guide.
Yeah, but I think here it's better to actually not force it and then hopefully ending the Chromox if you.
Yeah. Pitch a Fable. Yeah.
Moon.
Yeah, like the worst blowout would be like, what if we forced the Chromox and they were going to put a Spirit Guide down, and then they just use the Spirit Guide to cast, Magus of the Moon or something. Is this a 1 ring?
Is it 1 ring?
Pyrogoyf. I think we have to let the Goyf go.
Yeah,
like, we have another Nomads. This thing's real weak right now. Why did they put the Spirit Guide? Maybe they thought about playing around Daze for a different play or something. Like, I don't know why you put the Spirit Guide on after putting a Fable on. Well, let's try to find some lands. This feels like the game right here. No land. I guess it doesn't matter terribly what we put back. We want to hold up double force, so just put the Nomads back.
Get back to Nomads, yeah.
Maybe they decide to surgical our Nomads. And we get a shuffle. And they do it now.
Maybe.
Well, if they're just going to beat us down with a 2-4, we'll get past the Brainstorm lock at least. Chalice. Force of Negation, pitch Force of Will. And the next turn, probably play Shuko instead of Nomads. Yeah. Alternatively, we could lead on the Nomads, and they might feel the need to answer it with a Fury or something. Sadly, we probably would have to force a Fury. I don't know. We could ending, try to keep them off a Fury.
No, I don't think you get an ending here. I think you play one of the.
Let's just play Shuko.
Yeah.
All right, so we have one more Nomads to draw through. We can play out a Nomads next turn. If we have 2 lands after that, and they don't do anything in the meantime, could get there. It seems like once you get through their initial whatever it is that they do, like they don't top deck super well.
No.
Oh, that's amazing. Yes. Probably just the island, right?
Yeah.
Because we want to cast this Nadu, and like if we draw a cantrip. All right, we're in business. Show me another land. Nope. Man, they should have waited one more turn on that for sure if they wanted to make that play. Maybe they thought we didn't run any basics.
Yeah, but they saw that you shuffled. You didn't play land for a whole turn,
Yeah.
and then still going for it seems it's wild.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty foolish. Playing out guide there is nice, and especially tapping like this, trying to save life. We know they don't have Pyroblast. Oh, let's go. Doesn't matter greatly what we get here. I guess we should get Trop. It maximizes our chance of hitting a white source for Nomads. Wouldn't mind a blue card, sure. And would love another land here. Let's go. This should be the game. So that was definitely their punt there that led to this. It doesn't feel great, but gotta take it. Some Magic games are just built on punts.
Yep.
And we have Force for whatever play they have next. Alright, keeping the 3-2 Dream alive, hopefully. I definitely... When I have Nomads and Nadu in play, I admit I get a little arrogant and just assume I'm going to win. But I think for good reason. I think it's... I guess I should equip the Shuko to the Nomads to block Spirit Guide if they swing with it. And this thing's already a 4/5 and we don't have any graveyard hate or anything. Swinging out. Let's do all these activations now. What does swinging with the Spirit Guide tell us? Like... Number one, they don't know about Force of Will. So they could have like a Fury, and maybe they think if we block the Spirit Guide, it gets that off the table. What do you think about blocks here? Like we can afford to take this damage, right? On 3.
Yeah.
So just
I feel next.
block Spirit Guide with Nadu.
Yep.
Force whatever it is they do. It also could have just been like a desperation play. Like maybe I take it, because if I took all the damage, I couldn't force. Journey. Alright, so the ideal situation here would be to be able to combo off and not pass the turn back to them. Finding swords is really good there. This is a lot of lands. There's Illusionist. I just don't want to get bricked by Graveyard Hate. We do have the Journey though.
I feel like you actually don't play the. Well, you can play it, but don't like activate it too much.
We'll start with
I think
Narcomoeba.
it's just safer to play the Narcomoeba, yeah.
Cavern. We're good on mana. So we should be able to swing here. Given our hand, we can answer the Goyf. If they, worst case scenario, have like Broadside Bombardiers, we have that covered with Force of Will. Yeah, it's just swords in the upkeep. I guess that was a punt because going to discard would have to discard one less. Just discard I guess one Force of Will on 3 life. All right, I'm getting careless. I need to tighten up. Okay. Well, thankfully, the one card I threw in the trash didn't matter there. On the draw, I don't think there's any changes. Just have to hope for a Force in the opener.
Yeah. We have 7 of them, so...
Yeah.
The worst feeling is when you have Force from Negation and they play The Magus of the Moon. It's so
Absolutely.
brutal.
Yeah. I played a match pretty similar to this recently, and I think it was a 4-0 match. So it was a trophy match for me, and I was able to win. And the game three, I had a hand that was like fetch lands. Maybe I had a basic, and it was just like ponder and good interaction, but no forces. And I really had to decide whether that was worth keeping. And I did decide to keep. I just said, I'll lose to a turn one Blood Moon or whatever, and just keep a good hand. And they had like Leyline plus Fable or something like that turn one, and I did end up winning. So I don't know if that was correct. I don't know if you have to mull the force. I just don't like mulling into a hand that's barely going to be functioning in the first place. Like, you have to take your chances a little bit.
Yeah.
I hate this matchup though. It's about as rough as it gets. Would you say?
Yeah, it's brutal. It used to. This is another thing. It used to be kind of fine back when the deck actually functioned quite well off of a basics before
Yeah.
Nadu.
Let's see what they're doing.
But with Nadu, it's
Oh, I don't love this hand. It does have the basic, and if we get a turn to say crack the fetch land, we have days. What do you think?
yeah. I think this is a mulligan. Like it's a basic, but it's a basic planes that you don't have anything that you can cast with.
Yeah. Well, this is much worse.
Uh,
Okay. Yeah, this could be good. If they turn one Chalice, we can Cavern. I'm tempted to put back Nomads and Force, or maybe Nomads and a land.
I think definitely land, but problem with putting back nomads is that nomads can't be cast through the cavern. The Shuka cannot be cast
Yeah.
through the cavern.
Yeah.
So I actually like putting back nomads plus a land. And then the Shuka plus a land.
Shuko plus Misty.
Yeah, because then you can just if they play Chalice, which is a very likely play,
Yeah.
you don't need to do anything. Plus, if you draw an alchemy, but that's great with this setup.
Sure, yeah. Looks like it's going to be a
Come on.
turn one Moon, maybe. Maybe it's just a Fable. Or a Bomba. Well, if we want to play the game, we got to force it. Unfortunate. Okay. Flooded Strand go, you think?
Yeah.
Because if they Chalice, we still have this, and we're getting to the point where we're going to have to pick what we're willing to play around. And of course, what they do this turn will be very... Like, if they Chalice, we can... Fable, sure. Soul Guide, sure. I would have held that if I were them. Alright, well now it's looking like their hand lines up pretty nicely against us. What do you think about this fetch land here?
I feel you go for the blue-white surveillance. You can't beat the Blood Moon anyway.
Yeah. Nope. Okay. Cavern on Wizard and play out Nomad.
Yeah.
If we top deck the land and they have nothing this next turn, like maybe they go One Ring, or maybe their hand is just air, we can get there. Definitely prefer the Illusionist combo as a strategy against mono red, but obviously this game that's not going to work out. We would have to draw a land and the Illusionist. They discard Sundering Eruption and kept a card. Bomba. Well, we have nothing to say about that. So,
Yep.
They're probably going to hit us with that treasure token, if I had to guess. And it doesn't look good. Next turn they can hit the Nadu, if we are even able to cast it. Swords would be a good top deck. Brainstorm probably the best top deck, because then we could potentially go land and swords. Yep. Shuka. That's acceptable. That was actually a pretty good one. So, we top deck a land, we might be in business if they have nothing. They get to hit us for a lot here, though. At least 4, 6 probably. And next turn,
Yeah.
they can hit us for the rest if we don't Nadu really well. One ring, yeah. You can one ring. Well, this looks pretty bad. Maybe we Nadu into land nomads.
Land nomads, land plow.
I think that's a fitting end to this league. They can copy the bombardiers. I think the chances of them not seeing the line is pretty great, or pretty low. So yeah, that was a rough league, a 2-3. I do find that Breakfast is pretty feast or famine. Like, there aren't too many just okay matchups. I feel like there are bad matchups that feel like 60-40 and good matchups that feel 60-40. And we encountered definitely one of them at the end, one at the beginning. I feel like we can build our deck better to beat Reanimator. But
yeah.
And some decent things in the middle. And then I think the kind of iffy one was this Death and Taxes. I feel like that's a favorable matchup, but just the draws weren't too good.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, it's I usually feel quite good when we're playing against it. But you don't always get there.
Yeah. Yeah. Any other thoughts on this league before we call it a day here?
Yeah, it's against Reanimator there again. Like, it's super important to like get a feel for what is this you're playing against. Like, perhaps we could have gotten more tells that it actually was Reanimator, not mid-range. Because, like, had it been mid-range, they probably would have played something more than they did for the game. It's hard though. Like, it's easy to say afterwards. Like, we should have seen it, but
yeah, I agree. And
just important.
Having Fairy Macabre like against Tempo would have been a disaster, and having the deck that we did have against Reanimator, I think, was acceptable. So that's it definitely benefits from two of the top decks being basically identical, except for this little combo element.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks for playing with me today. I definitely learned a lot from going through the league with you, and hopefully you'll be back soon.
Yeah, it was nice playing with you as well, and hopefully you stay on top in the trophy race for another.
Yeah, a few hours to go. I don't think I think the league is closed, so I can't re-enter it. But if these players are done, then my name will get to stay on top and tied for the trophy lead. So that's pretty cool. Well, anyway, thanks for playing, and see you soon.
See you soon.